What if the biggest obstacle to building wealth wasn't your income, but the moment your income increased? Think about it. Every year, millions of people receive promotions. Their salaries rise. Their bonuses grow. Their careers move forward. For a brief moment, it feels like everything is about to change. The years of hard work have finally paid off. Financial stress should begin to disappear. The future should finally feel secure. This is the moment most people spend their entire lives working toward. The bigger paycheck, the better opportunity, the next level. Because we've all been taught the same equation. Earn more, and you'll become wealthier. It sounds logical. It sounds obvious. But what if that equation is incomplete? What if earning more money isn't the same as building wealth? Because something strange happens after almost every raise. The apartment gets bigger. The car gets newer. The vacations become more expensive. The coffee changes. The restaurants improve. The clothes become more luxurious. Premium subscriptions quietly replace basic ones. Small upgrades. Perfectly reasonable upgrades. Each one feels deserved. After all, you've worked hard for them. You've earned them. No single purchase seems dangerous. In fact, most people would call them signs of success. But months turn into years, and something unexpected begins to happen. Despite earning far more than they ever imagined, millions of people still feel trapped. Their income has doubled, yet so has their spending. Their lifestyle looks successful, but their financial freedom hasn't moved. They're still waiting for the next paycheck, still worrying about unexpected expenses, still believing the next raise will finally solve everything. How is that possible? If more income creates wealth, why are so many doctors, lawyers, executives, and other high-income professionals still living paycheck to paycheck? Why do some people earning ordinary salaries quietly become financially independent, while others earning six figures remain financially stressed? This isn't a coincidence. It isn't bad luck. And it certainly isn't because successful people suddenly forget how to manage money. The answer lies in one of the most powerful psychological traps ever studied. A trap so common that most people mistake it for success. A trap that quietly expands your lifestyle just fast enough to consume every raise, every bonus, every promotion, and every financial victory. The more you earn, the more it quietly demands. Behavioral economists call it lifestyle inflation. Psychologists explain it through hedonic adaptation, the human tendency to quickly become accustomed to better circumstances. What once felt extraordinary soon feels normal. The dream car becomes just another car. The luxury apartment becomes just another home. The expensive vacation becomes an annual expectation. The excitement fades, but the expenses remain. Without realizing it, your definition of enough keeps moving. And every time it moves, financial freedom moves farther away. As investor and author Morgan Housel famously said, "The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving." That single sentence explains why people can spend decades earning more, working harder, and appearing more successful without ever becoming truly wealthy. Because wealth isn't destroyed by one bad decision. It's quietly consumed by hundreds of small decisions that feel completely harmless. In this documentary, we'll uncover why every raise is actually a psychological test, why your brain is wired to spend more as you earn more, why many self-made millionaires deliberately resist the lifestyle everyone else is chasing, and the timeless principles that separate people who simply earn higher incomes from those who quietly build lasting wealth. Because the greatest financial mistake isn't earning too little. It's allowing every increase in income to become an increase in lifestyle. And once you understand why that happens, you'll never celebrate a pay raise the same way again. For most people, a higher income represents one thing: freedom. The belief that once they earn more money, their financial problems will finally disappear. The pressure will ease. The stress will fade. The future will finally feel secure. It's the promise we believe for most of our lives. Study hard, get promoted, earn more, and one day, money will stop being a problem. But there is a hidden flaw in that promise. A higher income does not automatically create a wealthier person. It simply creates a person with more choices. And those choices determine everything. Imagine two people. Both are 35 years old. Both work hard. Both receive the same promotion. And both see their annual income rise from $70,000 to $120,000. At first, their stories are almost identical. They celebrate. They feel proud. For the first time in years, they believe they've finally reached the level where building wealth will become easy. But this is where their paths begin to separate. The first person is Daniel. Daniel sees his raise as a reward for years of sacrifice. He upgrades to a larger apartment. He buys the luxury car he's always wanted. Weekend dinners become fine dining. Vacations become more frequent. His wardrobe changes. His spending changes. And before long, his entire lifestyle changes. None of these decisions feel irresponsible. Each one feels earned. After all, he can afford it now. That simple sentence has quietly trapped millions of people. Because the danger isn't one expensive purchase. It's allowing every increase in income to become an increase in lifestyle. What was once a luxury soon becomes normal. The larger apartment no longer feels exciting. It's simply home. The expensive car no longer feels special. It's just the car he drives every day. The excitement disappears, but the monthly payments remain. Without realizing it, Daniel hasn't increased his freedom. He's increased his financial obligations. Now imagine the second person. Her name is Sarah. Sarah receives the exact same raise. She celebrates too, but before changing her lifestyle, she changes her priorities. She keeps her apartment. She keeps driving the same reliable car. Instead of spending the difference, she automatically invests it. Not because she dislikes nice things, but because she understands something most people overlook. Money can either buy a better lifestyle today or a better future tomorrow. She chooses the future. At first, her life doesn't look much different. Some friends even wonder why she hasn't upgraded. From the outside, Daniel appears far more successful. But wealth isn't measured by appearances. It's measured by ownership. 5 years later, Daniel earns more money than ever. His career is thriving. His lifestyle looks impressive, but behind the scenes, his expenses have risen with his income. The apartment costs more. The car costs more. The lifestyle costs more. He isn't poor, but he has created a life that requires him to keep earning at the same pace just to maintain it. Sarah's story is different. Her lifestyle has improved gradually, but her investments have grown even faster. Every year, her assets produce more value. Her dependence on a paycheck slowly declines. She has more options, more security, and more freedom. The difference between Daniel and Sarah was never intelligence. It was never luck. They earned the same income. The difference was what they did after the raise. One increased consumption. The other increased ownership. And that is one of the first secrets of building wealth. Rich people don't become wealthy simply because they earn more. They become wealthy because they keep more of what they earn and turn it into assets that continue working long after the paycheck is gone. As Warren Buffett once said, if you buy things you do not need, soon you'll have to sell things you need. The lesson isn't that enjoying money is wrong. The lesson is understanding the difference between a reward and a financial trap, because every raise creates a choice. You can use it to build a more expensive present or a more secure future. And the decision you make today quietly shapes the life you'll be living tomorrow. Daniel and Sarah received the same promotion, the same raise, the same opportunity to change their future. Yet only one of them was actually building wealth. The question is, what happened? The answer isn't hidden in their income. It's hidden in their psychology. Because one of the greatest obstacles to building wealth isn't earning too little. It's something so ordinary that most people mistake it for success. Every time your income increases, your lifestyle quietly follows. A better apartment, a newer car, more expensive vacations, premium subscriptions, nicer restaurants. None of these decisions feel reckless. In fact, they feel deserved. You've worked hard. You've sacrificed. You've earned a right to enjoy your success. And that's exactly why the trap is so dangerous. It doesn't arrive disguised as bad financial advice. It arrives disguised as progress. Economists call this lifestyle inflation. Psychologists explain it through something known as hedonic adaptation, the human tendency to quickly adjust to improved circumstances. Imagine buying your dream car. For the first few weeks, every drive feels exciting. You look back at it every time you park. It feels like proof that your hard work has finally paid off. But slowly, the excitement begins to fade. The extraordinary becomes ordinary. The dream car simply becomes your car. The feeling disappears, but the monthly payment remains. This is how the human mind works. We adapt, not only to hardship, but also to comfort. What once felt luxurious soon becomes expected. And once it becomes expected, anything less feels like a downgrade. Without realizing it, your definition of normal changes. Daniel experienced this without ever noticing. His new apartment became the standard. His expensive restaurants became routine. His premium lifestyle stopped feeling premium. Each upgrade quietly reset his expectations. When his salary increased, his expenses rose alongside it. The gap between what he earned and what he kept never grew, which meant his wealth never had the chance to grow either. Behavioral psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades studying how people experience happiness. One of his most important discoveries was that people quickly adapt to positive changes. Whether it's a pay raise, a luxury purchase, or a larger home, the emotional reward is usually temporary. But the financial commitment often lasts for years. This explains why so many people earning six-figure salaries still feel financially trapped. The problem isn't always low income. It's that rising expectations consume rising income. Sarah understood something different. She celebrated her success, but she refused to let every raise become a permanent increase in spending. Instead, she invested first, then allowed her lifestyle to improve gradually. She understood that wealth isn't created by what you spend. It's created by what you keep. Because every dollar has two possible futures. It can be spent once or invested to create future income. Most people unknowingly choose the first option. The wealthy consistently choose the second. As Morgan Housel wrote, "The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving." That sentence explains why earning more rarely feels like enough. Every time the finish line comes into view, it quietly moves farther away. The house becomes bigger. The car becomes newer. The vacations become more expensive. And suddenly, the income that once felt life-changing no longer feels sufficient. The irony is that people don't become trapped because they earn too little. They become trapped because their lifestyle expands just as quickly as their paycheck. The true purpose of a raise is not simply to improve your present. It's to strengthen your future. Because if every increase in income is immediately matched by an increase in spending, your financial life never truly changes. Only the numbers do. And that's the silent power of lifestyle inflation. It convinces you that you're moving forward, while keeping you in exactly the same place. But even when people recognize this trap, many still struggle to escape it. Why? Because there's another illusion we've been taught since childhood. The belief that working harder is all it takes to become wealthy. In the next chapter, we'll uncover why hard work alone can increase your income, yet still fail to build your wealth. For generations, We've been taught a simple formula. Work hard, stay disciplined, earn more, and success will eventually follow. It sounds logical. It feels fair. And in many ways, it's true. Hard work can increase your income. It can earn you promotions. It can create opportunities. But there's a dangerous assumption hidden inside that belief, that working harder automatically builds wealth. It doesn't, because earning more money and building wealth are two completely different games. Imagine two people. Both leave home before sunrise. Both work 10-hour days. Both are respected by their colleagues. Both are known as the hardest workers in the office. Yet only one of them becomes financially free. How is that possible? The first person is Michael. Michael believes effort is everything. Whenever an opportunity appears, he says yes. More projects, more meetings, more overtime, more responsibility. His manager appreciates him. His colleagues admire him. Every year, he becomes busier than the year before. And eventually, his salary increases. But something else increases too. His dependence on that salary. Because every dollar he earns depends on one thing: his time. If Michael stops working, his income stops too. Without realizing it, he has built a career, but not a system. Now consider Emma. Emma works just as hard. She's disciplined, focused, reliable, but she approaches work differently. Instead of asking, "How can I work more?" she asks, "How can my work create more value?" She learns high-income skills. She studies investing. She understands business. She looks for opportunities where 1 hour of effort can create value long after the hour has ended. She isn't trying to become busier. She's trying to become more valuable. Over time, the difference becomes obvious. Michael becomes indispensable, but replaceable. Emma becomes less busy, yet significantly more valuable, because she is no longer rewarded simply for effort. She's rewarded for impact. This is where most people misunderstand wealth. They believe the equation looks like this: more hours, more money. But the wealthy understand a different equation: more value, more leverage, more wealth. Leverage is the ability to create results that extend beyond your personal time. A business is leverage. Investments are leverage. Royalties are leverage. Technology is leverage. Ownership is leverage. Hard work creates income. Leverage creates freedom. That's why two people can work equally hard and experience completely different financial futures. Michael eventually becomes frustrated. He's working harder than ever. He's earning more than ever, yet he never seems to get ahead. So he assumes the answer is simple: work even harder. Another promotion, another certification, another late night. But the ceiling never disappears, because time has limits. There are only 24 hours in a day. No matter how ambitious you are, you cannot sell tomorrow's time today. Emma discovers something different. Every new skill increases her opportunities. Every investment begins producing returns. Every asset she owns starts contributing to her future. Her income slowly becomes less dependent on her calendar. Not because she stopped working hard, but because she stopped relying on hard work alone. As entrepreneur and investor Naval Ravikant famously said, "Seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep." That sentence changes the way you think about work. Money is something you earn. Wealth is something you own. The goal isn't to stop working. The goal is to build a life where your financial future isn't limited by the number of hours you can personally work. This doesn't mean hard work is unimportant. Hard work is often the starting point, but it should never be the destination. Because hard work without leverage is like running on a treadmill. You're moving, you're sweating, you're making progress, but you're still in the same place. The people who build lasting wealth eventually make a crucial shift. They stop asking, "How can I earn more?" and start asking, "How can I own more?" That single question transforms the way every dollar is earned and every dollar is used. Because wealth isn't created by effort alone. It's created when effort is combined with ownership. And once you understand that, You'll never measure success by how busy you are again. In the next chapter, we'll uncover one of the biggest misconceptions about wealth. Why the people who look rich are often not the people who are actually wealthy. Success has a look: a luxury car, a designer watch, a beautiful home, first-class flights, the latest phone, the finest restaurants. For most people, these are the symbols of wealth. They're what we've been taught to admire. They're what social media celebrates. They're what advertisements promise. And over time, many people begin to believe that if they can look wealthy, they must be becoming wealthy. But there's one problem. Looking rich and being wealthy are not the same thing. In fact, they are often complete opposites. Imagine walking through an expensive neighborhood. You see luxury cars parked in every driveway, beautiful homes, perfectly maintained gardens. Everything appears successful, but appearances reveal only one side of the financial story. They tell you what people bought, not what they own, not what they owe, and certainly not what they have left. Because spending is visible. Wealth is invisible. You can see someone's designer clothes. You cannot see their investment portfolio. You can see the luxury SUV. You cannot see the index funds quietly compounding for 20 years. You can see the beachfront vacation. You cannot see the rental properties generating income every month. This is why appearances are such poor indicators of financial success. The things that attract the most attention are often the things that contribute the least to long-term wealth. Daniel wanted his success to be visible. Every promotion became another opportunity to upgrade. A better apartment, a luxury vehicle, premium brands. Everything around him reflected higher income. People admired his lifestyle. Some even envied it. From the outside, Daniel looked wealthy. But behind the scenes, his financial obligations were growing just as quickly. Every upgrade created another monthly payment, another insurance bill, another maintenance cost, another expense that demanded next month's paycheck. His wealth wasn't growing. His liabilities were. Sarah took a different path. She upgraded quietly. Instead of buying things that impressed strangers, she bought things that improved her future. Investments, assets, ownership. Her success wasn't obvious. Most people underestimated her. Some assumed Daniel was doing far better financially. But Sarah understood something that most people never learn. Real wealth rarely announces itself. It works silently. While others compete to display success, wealth quietly compounds in the background. Research by the Millionaire Next Door revealed something that surprised millions of readers. Many self-made millionaires didn't live extravagant lifestyles. They drove reliable cars, lived below their means, avoided unnecessary status purchases, and consistently invested the difference. Their goal wasn't to appear rich. Their goal was to become financially independent. As its author, Thomas J. Stanley wrote, "Wealth is more often the result of a lifestyle of hard work, perseverance, planning, and, most of all, self-discipline." Years later, Morgan Housel expressed the same idea even more simply. Wealth is what you don't see. Those 6 words completely change how we think about money. The expensive purchases everyone notices are usually made with money that's already gone. The investments nobody notices are often the very things creating future freedom. The wealthy don't avoid spending because they dislike success. They simply understand timing. They buy assets first, luxuries later, because assets eventually pay for luxuries. But luxuries rarely pay for assets. That's one of the biggest mindset shifts in wealth building. Instead of asking, "What can I afford today?" ask, "What will this decision allow me to afford 10 years from now?" The answer to that question changes everything. Because the purpose of money isn't to convince strangers that you're successful. It's to create a life where you no longer need their approval. A life where your investments begin paying your expenses, where your assets create choices, where your time slowly becomes your own. That is what real wealth looks like. Not louder, just freer. And once you stop trying to look rich, you can finally begin becoming wealthy. But understanding this raises one final question. If wealth isn't determined by income or appearances, then what is the formula that actually creates it? In the next chapter, we'll uncover the simple wealth equation that quietly separates those who remain financially dependent from those who achieve lasting financial freedom. By now, one thing has become clear. Building wealth has very little to do with how much money you earn. Daniel earned more, worked hard, looked successful, yet financial freedom remained out of reach. Sarah earned the same income, made different decisions, and quietly moved closer to independence every single year. So what separated them? Was it discipline? Partly. Was it intelligence? Not necessarily. The real difference was that Sarah understood a formula that most people never learn. Not in school, not at work, and often, not even at home. Most people believe wealth follows this equation. Income equals wealth. Earn more. Become wealthier. Simple. Except reality doesn't work that way. The real equation looks very different. Income minus spending plus ownership times time equals wealth. Income is simply the starting point. Spending determines how much remains. Ownership determines whether your money begins working for you. And time multiplies every good decision you make. Remove just one part of that equation, and wealth becomes almost impossible to build. Imagine receiving a $20,000 raise. Most people immediately think about what they can buy. A better car, a larger home, a luxury vacation. The raise becomes permission to spend. But imagine making a different decision. Instead of increasing your lifestyle by the entire amount, you increase your investments, your assets, your ownership. At first, the difference seems insignificant. Your life doesn't change overnight. Your friends may even appear to be moving ahead faster than you. But wealth has never been about looking ahead today. It's about being ahead tomorrow. Because every dollar invested begins working in ways that a spent dollar never can. It earns, it grows, it compounds, it creates opportunities that didn't exist before. Albert Einstein is often credited with calling compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether or not he actually said those exact words, the principle remains true. Compounding is one of the most powerful forces in finance. Not because it produces dramatic results immediately, but because it rewards patience. A single investment may seem small today, but over years, and in decades, the growth becomes extraordinary. This is where most people become impatient. They want immediate results, immediate rewards, immediate proof that they're making progress. So they interrupt the process. They withdraw investments, upgrade their lifestyle, spend unexpected bonuses, and unknowingly restart the journey from the beginning. As Charlie Munger once said, the big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. Waiting in a world that rewards speed. That sounds almost too simple, but that's exactly why so few people do it. The wealthy understand that investing isn't exciting every day. Compounding isn't dramatic every month. Real wealth often feels boring because consistency rarely makes headlines. Yet consistency is exactly what creates extraordinary outcomes. Think back to Daniel. Every raise increased his lifestyle. His expenses expanded with his income. He worked harder each year, but his money never had time to grow. Now think about Sarah. She allowed time to become her greatest financial partner. Every investment created another opportunity. Every year strengthened the next. She wasn't chasing wealth. She was building it. One decision at a time. One investment at a time. 1 year at a time. This is the quiet formula that has created countless self-made millionaires. Not earning the highest income, not finding the perfect investment, but consistently converting income into assets and giving those assets enough time to grow. Because money has two possible jobs. It can work for today, or it can work for tomorrow. Most people ask, how much money did I make this year? The wealthy ask a different question. How much of my money is now working without me? That single question changes everything. It shifts your focus away from income and toward ownership. away from consumption, and toward creation, away from appearances, and toward freedom. Because the ultimate goal isn't to spend your entire life working for money. It's to reach the point where money begins working for you. And once that happens, every financial decision becomes easier. Every raise becomes more valuable. Every year becomes more powerful than the one before. But knowing the formula isn't enough. The final challenge is applying it consistently, especially in a world constantly encouraging you to spend. In our final chapter, we'll bring everything together and reveal the single choice that ultimately determines whether higher income leads to financial pressure or lasting financial freedom. At the beginning of this documentary, we asked a simple question: why do so many people earn more money, yet never build wealth? By now, the answer is clear. It wasn't their salary, it wasn't their intelligence, and it certainly wasn't their willingness to work hard. The real difference was the choices they made after their income increased. Because every raise, every bonus, every financial opportunity presents the same decision. Will this money improve your lifestyle or improve your future? Most people never realize they're making that choice. They simply follow the path that feels natural. A nicer apartment, a newer car, a few more subscriptions, more convenience, more comfort. None of these purchases seem dangerous. In fact, they often feel like proof that life is getting better. But over time, those rewards quietly become responsibilities. The house demands a bigger mortgage. The car demands another monthly payment. The lifestyle demands a larger paycheck. Without noticing, you stop working to build freedom. You begin working to maintain what you already own. And that's how lifestyle inflation quietly steals decades of financial progress. The truth is, money itself has never changed anyone's life. Money simply amplifies habits. If you spend everything before a raise, you'll probably spend everything after the raise. If you invest consistently before earning more, you'll likely invest even more afterward. Income magnifies behavior. It doesn't replace it. That's why financial freedom isn't created by one extraordinary decision. It's built through hundreds of ordinary ones. The decision to invest before spending. The decision to buy assets before liabilities. The decision to delay gratification. The decision to think long-term when everyone else is thinking about today. These choices rarely look impressive in the moment, but over years, they become life-changing. Imagine meeting Daniel and Sarah 20 years from now. Daniel has enjoyed an incredible lifestyle. He's driven beautiful cars, lived in impressive homes, taken unforgettable vacations, but he still depends on his next paycheck. Retirement feels uncertain, and financial pressure never completely disappeared. Sarah's story looks different. Her investments now produce income. Her assets have appreciated. Her financial decisions have compounded year after year. Work has become a choice, not a necessity. She enjoys life too, but now her assets help pay for it. That is the real purpose of wealth. Not status, not admiration, not proving your success to strangers. Freedom. Freedom to spend time with your family. Freedom to pursue meaningful work. Freedom to say no to opportunities that don't align with your values. Freedom to live life on your own terms. As Morgan Housel wrote, money's greatest intrinsic value, and this can't be overstated, is its ability to give you control over your time. Those words redefine success, because the wealthiest person isn't always the one with the biggest salary, or the biggest house, or the most expensive car. The wealthiest person is the one who has the greatest control over how they spend their life. So the next time your income increases, pause before you upgrade your lifestyle. Ask yourself one question: will this purchase make me look wealthier, or will it actually make me wealthier? That single question has the power to change your financial future. Because every dollar you earn has two possible destinations: consumption or ownership. One disappears the moment it's spent. The other continues working long after you've earned it. And over a lifetime, that difference becomes extraordinary. If this documentary changed the way you think about money, income, and wealth, subscribe to the Wealth Lab. Every week, we explore the psychology behind money, the habits of self-made millionaires, and the hidden principles that separate those who stay financially trapped from those who build lasting wealth. Because understanding money is important, but understanding how people think about money is what truly changes lives. Until next time, keep building assets, keep questioning conventional wisdom, and keep investing in the future your present self is creating today.